Welcome everyone this morning to our shared time together as a community of Quimper Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. While our physical sanctuary can be found in Port Townsend, Washington, our love knows no borders, and we are glad now to be made up of people from houses, parking lots, and hotspots near and far. Today is our bridging service, as I lightly refer to it, our adulting service, and we shall sing, share stories, and celebrate this rite of passage in our community together as 3 of our young people come of age. Let us begin this day with a moment of centering. A breath in to come into this moment, this time together, and a breath out to release our distractions and worries. We are glad you are here.
Please join me in singing Sanctuary. Make us aware we are a sanctuary, each made holy and loved right through. With thanksgiving, we are a living sanctuary anew.
Thank you, Bertram. And now I'd like to invite you in lighting our chalices to words by Wendell Berry. We clasp the hands of those that go before us and the hands of those who come after us. We enter the little circle of each other's arms and the larger circle of lovers whose hands are joined in a dance. And the larger circle of all creatures passing in and out of life, who move also in a dance, to a music so subtle and vast that no ear hears it except in fragments. Our opening words this morning come from Kathleen McTeague. We come together this morning to remind one another to rest one moment on the forming edge of our lives, to resist the headlong tumble into the next moment until we can claim ourselves awareness and gratitude, taking the time to look into one another's faces and see the communion, the reflection of our own eyes. This house of laughter and silence, memory and hope is hallowed in our presence together. As we join in celebrating our bridgers this morning and the wild turning and time spent together on our beloved home, please join in or just enjoy our hymn Blue Boat Home, performed by Cosmo.
Low below me, I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean. Still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now. Never harbor nor port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is our blue boat home. casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heavens in our beautiful blue boat home. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on, greet the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor nor port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat.
I am so proud of each and every one of you. And I am so lucky to know and love you, and I'm excited for what your futures hold. This is a sweet little story about all that care that I have for you, that QUF has for you, that your families have for you, and that your wider community has for you. This is the wonderful things you will be. When I look at you and you look at me, I wonder what wonderful things you will be. When you were too small to tell me hello, I knew you were someone I wanted to know. For all of your tininess couldn't disguise a heart so enormous and wild and wise. This is the first time there's ever been you, so I wonder what wonderful things you will do. Will you stand up for good by saving the day? Or play a song only you know how to play? Or tell a story that only you know? Or learn how to make green garden things grow? Will you learn how to fly to get the best view? Or take care of things much smaller than you? I know you'll be kind and clever and bold. And the bigger your heart, the more it will hold. When nights are black and when days are gray, you'll be brave and so bright, so no shadows can stay. And then you will discover all there is to see and become anybody that you would like to be. And then I'll look at you and you'll look at me, and I'll love you whoever you've grown to be. I am so proud of you and so glad to know you. Congratulations.
Good morning. What I'd like to do now is acknowledge and welcome those of you who are visiting us today. You are invited to say hello in the comment section of this video and tell us your name and where you're from. We love to hear from you, and we're so glad you'll be joining us for this special and beautiful celebration. We at QUF aspire to be a generous congregation. Thus, 3 times a month, we give our plate to local organizations that share our values. Today, however, our offering will go to QUF to help cover the costs of our building, these online services, and our staff. You can donate to our offering by either texting the number that's on the bottom of the screen, going to our website, quf.org, and clicking on the giving button, or simply by sending us a check. We will now receive the offering while Cosmo plays an original composition entitled Lucy.
On my birthday, the lights went out. We screwed in new bulbs in the dark. Ladybugs on the walls when I tried to fix your Victrola. Soon the song rang out. We opened all the windows and sang Lucy, ah Lucy, Lucy, ah. The city danced with us. I taught you how to two-step and we drew smiley faces on our fingertips at the fountain. We cried the day I left, cried out Lucy, ah Lucy, Lucy, ah. You washed up and over my head, read me a poem about a street in Capitan. Dream of that street wide awake. Ladybugs on my walls in my hands. I open all the windows as I fall out. I breathe out, breathe. Lucy, ah Lucy, Lucy, ah. Lucy, ah Lucy, 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 ah. You washed up and over my head.
Thank you, Cosmo. You are amazing, and we're so lucky to have you as part of our community here. We've now come to the part of the service in which we share the joys and sorrows of this congregation. We begin, though, by recognizing that our personal joys and sorrows are only a fragment of the joys and sorrows of the larger community of life. Thus, we begin by placing a stone for the wider world, thinking in particular of all those impacted by the murder of Ahmaud Arbery, the unarmed black jogger who was gunned down by 2 white men, father and son. Ahmaud's death would have been tragic enough if it was an isolated incident, but of course it wasn't. May all those who knew Ahmed be held in love, and may the rest of us summon the courage to examine and confront racism in all its many forms. And now, within our congregation, we begin by lighting a candle of joy and celebration for our Native Connections Action Group, who just received a $15,000 grant from the Ferguson Foundation. This money is going to be used to install benches at strategic points along the Chechamoka Trail, which is also known as the Cheechmahan Trail. We rejoice that you have received this grant, and we also rejoice for the inspiring and ongoing work of everybody in the Native Connections Action Group. We are so proud of you all. There are no sorrows to report today, but I do have 3 candles of gratitude I'd like to light. This first one is for Betty Oppenheimer, who made the beautiful tote bags for this year's Bridging Youth. Thank you, Betty, for sharing your talent and that great big heart of yours. Our second candle of gratitude is for Kate Dwyer, who has been ensuring that the springtime landscaping work gets done here at QUF. Thank you, Kate, for your generosity of time and expertise. You and Patrick have this place looking great, and I love all the flowers that are coming into bloom. And lastly, we light a candle of gratitude to the 106 of you who filled out the Congregational survey that went out last week seeking feedback on these online services and coffee hours. Although some of you had technical difficulties completing that survey, those of you who were able to complete it gave us great ideas and encouragements that will help shape our future offerings. Thank you, one and all. Holding in our hearts what I've just shared, but also thinking of such joys and sorrows among us that are unexpressed, but of no less importance. I invite you now into a period of silence for reflection, meditation, or prayer.
We gather here in our religious community today to celebrate the transition of 3 young people as they move into adulthood. For each one, their presence among us has enriched this community, as well as me personally. Unitarian Universalists understand that significant transitions in our lives are to be celebrated, and this is one of them. This bridging ceremony is not a farewell, but rather a celebration of blossoming into adulthood. This is an opportunity for us to recognize each of them, to applaud their successes so far, to acknowledge them, and to wish them happiness and satisfaction in what is to come. It is to make sure they know that we are there for them, whether they choose to stay close or stray far from home. This ritual also honors the dedication of this religious community to provide a liberal spiritual home for our children. We recognize the love of parents and families, the commitments of teachers and advisors, and the contributions of time, money, smiles, and support of each and every one of you. Without your dedication, we would not be celebrating this morning. I could spend the entire service telling you about the accomplishments and talents of these three young people. They are creative, sarcastic, caring, kind, smart, and thoughtful people. This, I know, you will learn for yourself when you hear them speak. Together, we express our pride in you, Joey, Cosmo, and Cece, in what you have already accomplished in life and what we know you will rise to in the future. We celebrate your presence among us and in the world. We celebrate the union of people who built this particular bridge you now cross, and this community that you continue to enrich with your presence. Our bridgers will now share with you about where they are in their lives as they enter adulthood in this community.
I started running a year ago, and if you asked me how much I thought it would have affected me, I would have said not at all. Once I started high school, I told myself I wasn't going to join a sport again. The demands for high school sports are higher than that of middle and elementary, and after my experience with sports at both of those levels, I didn't feel like I'd be super welcome if I tried anything new. Looking back, I wish I hadn't been so stubborn. I never liked running in middle school, but in high school something intrigued me about it. I never could get started though. My stamina has never been great. I can't put and keep on weight to save my life, and while being as thin as a twig, there was little chance of becoming more muscular than one. On top of all that, I had no idea how I was supposed to get started. This all changed for me about a year ago. A few friends were very persuasive and a little forceful at getting me to start running with them. It was low commitment, and I decided to do it on a trial basis with another friend of mine who had been similarly persuaded. The first day I ran was awful. The first many months, actually. Because of all the aforementioned reasons, I couldn't keep up with anyone or really run any distance at all without almost falling on top of myself. It felt hopeless, but for some reason I decided to persist. I'd always been afraid of trying something and failing, but for some reason with running, no matter how many times I failed, I felt the need to try again and again. Through the year, this led me to joining cross country, which went about as smoothly as the courses we ran. Then I continued through winter conditioning and somehow ended up signing up for track this spring. I saw little improvements along the way, but I still struggled with never feeling like I'd improved enough. But while all that weighed down on me, I never considered quitting like I had so many times before. With so many friendly faces on the team, I found myself not wanting to let them down, and since they were so supportive of me, I didn't want to let myself down by quitting before I met my goals. It is because of this that I miss school so much now. As cliche as it sounds, before quarantine I really did start feeling like my life was coming together. Not that it hasn't continued to be pretty good, but it came with quite a few losses that really put a damper on a few nice things that have come from it. Because of running, I've become more confident in myself and the work I do, and I've also made new friends and found it easier to do so. The more times I ran, the more I felt comfortable with the people around me, and the easier the running got. Before quarantine started, I was going to run track with these teammates. I was nervous, but as the days became sunnier, and I met and became comfortable with more of the team, I found myself looking forward to practice because I knew that things would only get better from there. Of course, we all know how that ended, since we're all currently at home watching this. When summer comes and we start moving through the phases and getting back to a normal life, I look forward to seeing these teammates again. Unlike in middle school, I feel accepted by the people around me this time. When I first came to QUF, I felt the same way. My whole life, I had attended church with my dad and had grown up around people with very strong Christian beliefs. However, at a certain point, I started to feel less connected with them, and as they continued in their faith, I sort of drifted away. When I came to QUF, I was unsure of what to expect, but what I was met with was acceptance. It didn't matter if I thought or believed things differently than those around me, because everyone is accepted no matter what those may be. At the time, it felt hard to find that outside of my close friend group. I am now incredibly thankful for these experiences, as they have contributed into making me who I am today. Though I still have a long ways to go, I'm glad for at least right now. I'm pretty happy.
This year has been strange. I spent most of the year living in Quilcene and then unexpectedly moved to Colorado to help care for my grandmother. I was studying for my GED before COVID hit, and now my education is halted. This year hasn't felt much different from years before. The shift to adulthood hasn't fully sunk in or felt real. But next year looks like my transition year. I think once I get a job, things will be different. And right now, I particularly feel stalled because so much is shut down. I'm planning on getting my GED before trying to find a job. I'm trying to figure out what field of work I want to go into for a serious career. I'm thinking of maybe being a pet groomer, as I would like to work with animals, but it has changed so many times that I really don't know. Primarily, I want a stable job and a comfortable lifestyle in the future. Living in Colorado for a bit was an eye-opener. It's taught me what I value most about a place, and that is the people. Living in Colorado was my first time living outside of Washington, and I'm glad to be back. I've learned how to manage my mental health better in this last year as well. I've learned more coping mechanisms, and feel more stable now than ever before. I used to let it all go until it was too late and ended up hospitalized. I now know how easy it is to slip into that mental state if you don't take care of your mental health. I am off my meds now and doing well. I'm feeling steady and hopeful for the first time in a while. I initially got involved at QUF at the beginning of my junior year because I didn't have any close friends and was honestly desperate for a community where I could fit in. The Quilcene community where I live is homophobic, racist, and generally not accepting towards outsiders. When I went to my first youth group, I wasn't expecting much, and I actually wasn't going to come back. But I did, and I'm glad I did. What I've liked about it the most is that everyone was immediately friendly, and I felt like I was already a part of their community without knowing them. The positive atmosphere has really helped me, and everyone has always been there for me. It has definitely changed my life for the better. I was single for almost 4 years and am now in my first real relationship, which has been both really weird and really amazing. I used to think I wasn't worthy of being with someone like her, but she has shown me that I am worthy of more. It has changed my outlook on relationships and my expectations for how people should treat each other. In the next year, I would like to move out, although I'm not sure if that will happen given how much is in the air. I would like to become more physically active and healthy and start to form myself into the person I want to be in the future. I would like to work on my self-discipline and discover a bit more about what I want to do in life. In the future, I see myself as a responsible, fun person to be around, someone who is well grounded and can support the people they love. I think what has grown in me the most this past year is the will to work harder to get what I want. I feel more responsible for myself and more in control. My life might not have had many big changes as of now, but I am glad I had this community along the way. Thank you so much for being there for me.
How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How deeply you're connected to my soul.
I've spent a good portion of my life looking forward to this period of time. I have pictured last days of high school, proms, graduations, bridgings, and last moments with the people that I care about. And those things are not panning out the way that I pictured. And that sucks. And it hurts. And it is frustrating. But it's the way it has to be right now. So rather than mourning what could have been, I want to take this time to reflect on my life so far and my time in community with all of you. My family and I started attending QUUF in 2007 when I was 5 years old. Before then, we didn't really have any religion in our lives. Both of my parents grew up religious, but in their adult lives found that their childhood religious affiliations no longer fit. My mom wanted us to have a loving community and to be protected from the ideas of damnation and fear-based religion. Although I wasn't always enthusiastic about waking up early every Sunday for church, I'm so grateful for everything that the RE program taught me over the years. RE has been a constant for most of my life. Over years of OWL, coming of age, harvest festivals, winter craft fairs, and countless other parties and programs, I grew and learned, surrounded by a loving community. No matter what I went through in the last 13 years, I always had a safety net. I've struggled with my mental health for as long as I can remember. As a kid, I dealt with awful sleep paralysis. I had crippling anxiety. I couldn't sleep because I was terrified of the sound of my own heartbeat. As I got older, I became really self-conscious. I was constantly so hyper-aware of myself and my body, the body that felt so wrong. For a long time, I didn't know how to express what I was feeling. I felt so frustrated, so angry, so wrong. My mental health continued to worsen. In the 7th grade, I came out as non-binary to my parents. but I continued to live and present as female for the next 3 years. I've never felt so lost as I did during that time. Soon enough, I realized non-binary wasn't the right label for me, and finally came out as a trans man in March of 2018. That year, I socially transitioned. And that summer, I attended Goldmine, as well as spent 2 weeks on a backpacking trip for queer youth. At the end of that summer, I felt the most myself I ever had. Soon after, I changed my name. In 2019, I lost both of my maternal grandparents, which was a massive loss for me and my family, and the most intense grief I have ever felt. In June of that year, I began to medically transition by starting hormone replacement therapy. I am now almost 11 months on testosterone, and I am genuinely the happiest I've ever been. For the first time in my life, I'm starting to feel at home in my body. I feel content, and I feel confident. I don't have my whole life figured out right now, and I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to. As of now, I'm planning on moving to the Eugene, Springfield area and pursuing a career in tattooing. Although right now we don't know what the future is going to look like, I am so excited to get out into the world and so grateful to have this community to fall back on. I've witnessed a lot of people bridge over the years, and I've looked forward to my own bridging for so long. And now that I am here, and it is happening, this moment is incredibly bittersweet. I'm so proud of myself, and I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for my family, for my parents who have fought hard for me and supported me. I'm grateful for my sisters, who are my best friends, for my grandparents, my Yaya and Wilson, for my cousin Jacob, and all of my extended family. I am grateful for my friends, in particular Rain Bates, who I met through the church and who always knows how to make me feel better and can make me laugh harder than anyone. I'm grateful for our director of family ministry, Beau Ohlgren, who leads with love in a way that I hope to carry into the world with me, and who has made such a profound difference in my life. I am so lucky to have so many wonderful, caring, and kind people in my life. Each and every one of you has made me the person that I am. You have touched my life and my soul. Thank you for all you have given me. I love you dearly.
I have been so blessed to know and love you, and I am not the only one.
Congrats,
Cosmo,
Cosmo,
Joey,
Joey,
and Cece.
Cece.
So you are big kids.
You're a kid.
I wish you the best in life as you move forward into adulthood.
I can't wait to see where your life's adventures take you. Good luck, and have a lot of fun.
I sincerely hope you all find your true calling. Be kind to yourself, forgive yourself. Remember, you're never alone, no matter where you are. We're here for you, and we always will be.
We're going to miss you so much. It's not going to be the same, but we love you and we're proud of you.
Happy bridging. I love you very much, and I've enjoyed having you for your whole 18 years of your childhood, and looking forward to the future and the things that we can do together.
Big shout out to the Bridgers from YRUU and from the UU Church, because this is my first year in YRUU and they made me feel so welcomed, and we had some of the greatest conversations, laughs, smiles, and we really made so many wonderful memories together. So I'll miss you guys so much, and I have a lot of love for you, and you got this next chapter in your life. You're so strong. It's going to be great, and this is not the end. I'll see you guys again.
My congratulations and my welcome to you to the next phase of your spiritual life.
I want to communicate two things. First, my gratitude. You have shared so many of your gifts, your ideas, your questions, your challenges. Because you've been a part of QUF, we are a better community. I also want to assure you that it's not over. We at QUF love you. We want to stay connected to you and support you in any way we can in the coming years.
Your progress and achievements have not been forgotten, and I love you all so dearly. We're all connected through a strong, loving community that will support you through change, success, and hard times.
To tell you how proud I am of you and how excited I am for your future. I love you.
I love you guys so much, and you've really made my time in youth group wonderful.
You're up for the task, and you are loved and cared about. So all the best to you, and congratulations, dears.
You guys are amazing. You got this. I don't know what we're gonna do in youth group without you, but I love you guys.
Best wishes, blessings, love to you all.
Good luck on adulting. I just want to thank y'all for being such great people and bringing such good energy and light into the youth group. I'll really miss y'all. I love you.
We are so proud of you, and we feel so lucky to know you and to watch you making this big jump into adulthood.
You're cool. You're very cool.
Know that I'll always have your back, and that you have a wide and wild web of supporters cheering you on. You've got this. Trust your gut. Be particular. I love you.
I hope you have a very bright and happy future. All the best.
Keep speaking and living your truth. I can't wait to see where it takes you.
I love you more than I love Kristen Bell.
Hey, Cosmo, Cece, and Joey, welcome to the other side and to the next big adventure. Good luck.
Yesterday a child came out to wander, caught a dragonfly inside a jar, fearful when the sky was full of thunder, and tearful at the falling of a star. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on a carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. Then the child moved 10 times round the seasons, skated over 10 clear frozen streams. Words like when you're older must appease him, and promises of someday make his dreams. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on a carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. 16 springs and 16 summers gone now. Cartwheels turn to car wheels through the town, and they tell him, take your time, it won't be long now, till you drag your feet to slow the circle down. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on a carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in circle game. So the years spin by and now the child is 20, though his dreams have lost some grandeur coming true. There'll be new dreams, maybe better dreams and plenty before the last revolving year is through. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on a carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in the circle game. And go round and round and round in the circle game.
It is my privilege and pleasure on behalf of this congregation to bless our Bridgers today. Each of our Bridgers have received homemade bags made by Betty Oppenheimer, and in them, each Bridger has received new adult name badges, the Book of Becoming, local treats, letters from congregants, and much care. And, as always, a chalice and the wish that their future be rich and rewarding. For our Bridgers, I now offer you this blessing. May the flame of your chalice always represent for you a renewal of your faith in holiness, goodness, and the beauty of life. May it always be for you a reaffirmation of the way of the open mind and the full heart. And may the flame of your chalice always recall for you the deep wish of this congregation that your life be filled to overflowing with love and joy. Amen. May it be so.
And now, please join me in extinguishing our chalices. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. After our postlude this morning, I hope you will join us in our Zoom coffee hour. The link was sent out in our Friday update, in the service alert this morning, as well as in the comments. Now, please enjoy Ikue playing The Girl with the Flaxen Hair by Claude Debussy.
you.